Russia and Ukraine. Two nations, their destinies woven together in a historical fabric spanning centuries. Their shared past, marked by turbulence, power struggles, and questions of national identity, remains a largely untold narrative. Let's delve into this tale, a story of origins and outcomes, alliances and antagonisms. The genesis of the Russia-Ukraine story is in the establishment of the Kievan Rus, a federation of Slavic tribes led by the Varangians. This intricate tapestry of tribes, cities, and cultures created an early semblance of shared history and identity. The Kievan Rus, acknowledged today as the precursor to both modern Russia and Ukraine, sowed the silent seeds of kinship, as well as discord. Grand princes like Vladimir the Great and Yaroslav the Wise forged the early contours of this political entity, while epic battles and territorial squabbles began to shape the destiny of these lands. In this era, the narratives of two nations started to unfold, unbeknownst to those scribing the events into the annals of history. Our historical journey takes us next to the pivotal 17th century, when the heartland of Ukraine, the Zaporizhian host, faced the throes of political and military upheavals. Threatened by the expansive Ottoman Empire and Poland, these brave people were left with a Hobson's choice: to enter into an alliance with the Russian Tsar. This strategic alliance, though initially tactical, triggered a wave of resentment among the people who began to feel the chokehold of this union. The political amalgamation was seen as an encroachment on their autonomy, a sentiment that would stir deeper unrest in the years to come. Subscribe now to unlock the intriguing narratives of our shared past. Together, we delve deeper into the annals of history. As we traverse into the 20th century, we witness the iron fist of the Soviet Union squeezing Ukraine tighter. During this period, the red curtain of the USSR shrouded Ukraine, casting shadows of oppression and control. Perhaps the darkest chapter was the Holodomor, a man-made famine orchestrated by Stalin's regime. This brutal strategy of starvation devastated Ukraine, killing millions and leaving a lasting legacy of trauma. The scars of this genocide deepened the chasm between Ukraine and Russia, forever marring their shared history with the ink of pain and suffering. In the aftermath of the Soviet Union's collapse in 1991, Ukraine found itself standing at the precipice of a new era: independence. The jubilation of liberation, however, was quickly clouded by the stark reality of challenges ahead. The nation grappled with economic struggles, trying to rebuild a crumbling infrastructure and stabilize a faltering economy. Political instability added to the turmoil, with leadership changes and rampant corruption plaguing the fledgling democracy. Despite these trials, Ukraine remained steadfast, striving to carve out a distinct national identity separate from its Soviet past. Since the early 2010s, Ukraine has grappled with significant domestic and international challenges. The Euromaidan protests in 2013 to 14 signaled a societal shift towards European integration, a move that was perceived as a threat by its eastern neighbor. In 2014, Ukraine's Crimean Peninsula was annexed by Russia in a controversial move that led to widespread international condemnation, but received approval from the Russian public. The annexation marked the beginning of an acute phase in the conflict, leading to a geopolitical standoff that continues to this day. The war in Donbass, which started in 2014, continues to rage. The region is embroiled in a violent separatist conflict that has led to the displacement and loss of many innocent lives. A solution seems distant, and peace elusive. The shared history of the two nations remains mired in contemporary antagonism. As of today, the situation is increasingly volatile. Ukraine continues to deal with a hostile separatist movement in the Donbass region, supported by Russian military presence. This has strained Ukraine's resources and infrastructure, posing enormous challenges for the government and the Ukrainian people. Recent escalation at the border has led to a tense standoff, with international players closely watching the situation. The specter of a full-blown war looms, creating unease not just in Europe but across the globe. Caught between the aspiration for a distinct national identity and the grim realities of geopolitical power play, Ukraine stands at a critical juncture. The echoes of the past reverberate loudly as the world awaits the next chapter in this centuries-old conflict.